Y'all know the vibes.
Facts.
We here with it. Early wisdom.
Another special guest in the building.
Facts.
I already know. Yeah.
Let's
My
get this
boy
money.
John.
Yo,
Let's go.
John, let's get it. Talk to the people. Let them know who you are, what you about.
So my name John, and basically I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a Forex trader or whatever, full time. A lot of y'all probably think like, oh, what's Forex, this and the third or whatever.
We gonna get into that, but
Alright, so long story short, I'm a Forex trader, and I'm an Airbnb host. So that's pretty much all I do. That's pretty much it.
Okay, and where can they find you at?
Instagram, Jiggwrldd, Jiggwrldd, Jiggyrltyjo. That's pretty much, that's my only social media.
It's gonna
And
be
we'll
down
have
below.
that. Facts. Alright, so boom. I want to get straight into it because you said something really interesting actually.
Alright.
This is my first time meeting you, and we talking about entrepreneurship, but I want to know by definition, what do you think is an entrepreneur?
Alright, so my definition of entrepreneur is basically like being your own boss, as in creating your own type of business that's kind of like authentic to yourself, whether that's selling something, whether it's clothes, whether it's music and you got your own brand behind it, anything that has to do with you working like by yourself, that you putting in the work and you investing in money or whatever it is. I feel like that has to do with entrepreneurship, like just you not having a bossing you around. That's what I feel like it mostly has to do with.
Alright, so you said that it's authentic to yourself.
Exactly.
What you mean by that?
What I mean by authentic, as in you taking your own ideas and putting it out into the world, as in, for example, what y'all doing, Early Wisdom. Y'all decided to do a podcast or create a YouTube. For me, it's authentic. Y'all doing it from the mind. Y'all starting from whatever y'all got. It's not like y'all forcing it or waiting for a moment. You feel me? You gotta just start with what you got and just get the ball rolling.
Okay. So now that you said that, I want to share what I think is my own version of an entrepreneur, and I do agree with some of the things you said. I think all of it, to be honest, but I think it's just someone who takes drastic risk in business.
That too.
Like really big risk, and is not scared to take risks where you would be in a negative 20,000 type shit. Like that, I feel like that's an entrepreneur. People that aren't scared to step away from a safety net.
Hell yeah, I totally
In business,
agree with that.
always in business. But
I agree with that, 100%.
now, with that being said, you said you were an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Can we? Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
So basically, what I do, I do two things as of right now. I'm a Forex trader. So a lot of y'all probably thinking like, oh, what is Forex? What is this? Or many of y'all probably seen it on social media. People promoting it or whatever the case may be. So what Forex is basically a financial foreign exchange market. It's similar to stocks, but they just candles. They go up and down to keep it, in a way that y'all can understand. And all you're doing is buying and selling. The only way you're gonna know what to do is by, like I said, you gotta really study the craft. There's a lot of people on social media that really try to promote it, and a lot of it is really just marketing. Like they just trying to get recruits and et cetera, but
I kind of want to tap into that because I remember back then I was not gonna say the group specifically,
right.
but I was doing the same thing you were with Forex.
Right.
And I was learning off of other people, but in the group that I was, it was basically they try to portray it as is not a pyramid scheme.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was just a way for them to sell me in. And the way that it was selling me in was by having a positive image and like trying to show me what can be possible. Like going from the hood, starting with $100 and multiplying that to $10,000. You feel me? 100
grand. Exactly. And that's, as you were saying, like I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of like what they were selling. Like that's kind of what people fail to realize. Like Forex, it's been a thing, but since they're a marketing agency, they promoted it in the other way where you can make, don't get me wrong, it's a good company if you want to make money and recruit people. If you know a lot of people, that probably works for you. I'm not hating on the company, whatever is doing the right thing and putting money in people's pockets, I respect it. But I just feel like they not, like the Forex in general, they not explaining it the right way. Like Forex is a whole different niche where you can literally make money. You don't have to deal with people. Like there's just a whole lot of things going on. You understand? That's pretty much it. And the other thing, I'm ranting a lot, but Airbnb, what I do is basically, I'm an Airbnb host. I haven't started, I'm not even gonna lie, but I've invested into learning more about it, which is like how to do it, how to monetize it. So long story short, it's basically renting out apartments, and instead of like, you see what regular landlords do where they just, got a tenant and then you just pay monthly, what I do is I'll get a property, whatever I pay for it, and then I'll turn it into Airbnb. I do the things that I know, which I already studied for, and you get paid for it daily, and you making double the rent money, and then you can pay the rent off that money and then keep the profit. So that's what I do right now. I haven't got my first property yet, but we working on this. So.
You got it rolling, got you. I like that a lot though, that Airbnb hustle. I always found that shit fascinating, and I'm not gonna say it's a quick or easy come up. Nothing is quick or easy, but it's definitely something worth looking at, because the profits, if you put in that effort, like how you're doing studying it, it's gonna come back.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd recommend it to anybody that's interested in the business, because that's the thing. A lot of people, they just want to like get money, and then things never work out for them because they just thinking about it as in that way.
Yeah. So a quick stigma that I feel like we could all agree on is the fact that people take entrepreneurship and they take it as a quick, easy money route.
Exactly.
And it's like you have to invest, and you're gonna have multiple investment that go wrong, but you gotta learn is a path like to level up. You feel me? Like you gonna learn as you go.
Yeah, yo. So I wanted to ask you about that entrepreneurship, because like he said, is a big misconception of what that is. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure, like, what is it that you got in here that, like, by definition of entrepreneur in your head? So now that I got a good understanding of that, I want to say I fuck with it. I like what you're doing, and I like how you going about it. When did you start considering yourself an entrepreneur? When did this like come to light for you?
I say 2019. Well, yeah, last year basically. So basically, I was, like most starting entrepreneurs, I was, just finishing high school. I was finishing late. And then I feel like everything happens for a reason. I was supposed to graduate June 2018. So that didn't happen. I was already planning after that. I had problems at home, so I was already planning like, my escape plan is I'm gonna just go to college. I'm gonna dorm upstate, do 2 years. The regular everybody's plan, do the 2 years and then transfer to a big 4 year like UA, Buff State, or whatever the case may be. That was the plan, but I didn't do it, so I had to stay an extra semester till January. I graduated March 2019. I went to a credit recovery school, but that's when things in life started happening. I was really thinking like, yo, is this really what I want to do? Like, I'm really thinking like, yo, people got to really pay attention to our surroundings, like even our household. Like we look at our parents and we like, yo, like I don't really want to do this. Like I don't really want to work. Yeah. Just work, and then pay the bills, and then
just that 9 to 5 life is not for me. So, and I feel like that's what you're getting at too. Like, and that's when you have that. Yeah, it's usually, I like what you said. I'm gonna let you get to it, but I like what you just said, and I feel like most of entrepreneurs are just people that have invested in something huge and in themselves fully. It comes from a place like that where your back's against the wall, like a dark place where you forced, and now you thinking about like, where am I? Why am I here? And like, how the fuck do I get out of here? Exactly. So I feel like I found myself in that same situation too.
And before you get into that,
I'm about to hit him with.
Before you get into that, I like what he said earlier too about, which is it's really like 1,000% about taking risks. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you gotta be willing to put everything on the line. Like me, I put my whole life on the line, like for this, like just to live the life that I want. Like I'm talking about, I used to work a 9 to 5. I still work, but it's not behind the bullshit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I really quit all these jobs and really had to get my mind straight just to risk. I risked getting like a weekly paycheck that was consistent just to pursue what I wanted. So
And to get into that,
And that's what entrepreneurship is,
Hold
bro.
up.
Getting yourself ready to mentally take that risk, to tell yourself, yo, am I fully gonna commit to myself and just do this until it pays back, until somehow the universe pays that back to me? I feel like that's the leap of faith that gets you to kick down the doors into entrepreneurship.
For sure.
And it's funny because a while back he was like going through it, and we had this conversation, and I told him like, are you sure this is the path that you want to take? Because there's so much more than this. You feel me? Like I was telling him this was at the time when early wisdom was still like, it was forming to be a thing.
Yeah.
So I was asking him like, why do you truly want to do it? You feel me? And I'm like, do you truly like want to put everything outside and sacrifice everything you have going on to go for that path?
Yeah, that shit is not
And
easy.
I told them like the pros and cons that come with it, and I'm like, yo, you actually got to think about everything that comes in between that. Like, there's gonna be days that you're gonna starve. There's gonna be days where other situations gonna come in between, and you gotta tell yourself like, yo, do I want to go down through this entrepreneurship? Like, I'm gonna have to sacrifice doing all those other things, chilling with anybody, in order to study for this and get myself ready.
100%. I agree with that one, especially the.
Yo, you pick your voice up. We don't got mics here.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, nah, 100% though. Like he was saying, it's really about just isolating yourself from whatever it is that you're used to doing. So if you're used to just doing the same thing all the time, you know, whether that's chilling with your friends or smoking or going out to chill at the club, anything that it is that's not helping you go forward with whatever you're trying to pursue as an entrepreneur, then I think you just gotta isolate yourself.
You gotta be proactive.
And I feel like that's probably what we all have done here. I just met him, but I'm pretty sure that's also what he's done, because it's really all a mindset, to be honest. So, and we get a lot of distractions by friends and etc. So,
yeah, and there's not a lot of winners in this lane, bro. Like 99% of entrepreneurs lose. Literally, like anybody who tries to label or be that, they lose, because like again, bro, you're taking a huge risk of committing yourself. There is no safety net. You don't have a foundation. You are your own boss. There is nothing pushing you. So every fuck up that you get, that's all you. Like that's all you. Every time you mess up, every time you take a L, and you're gonna take like so many L's. You don't just win in this lane. That's not gonna happen. I
take a many.
Yeah, you're gonna take a million L's.
Many L's, but yo, like you was just saying, like it's definitely true. Like you just gotta do that.
Yeah. And I remember when you had told me you took a huge L by investing into Forex at the beginning when you lost. I think it was a grand. Was it a grand? I don't remember how much specifically you told me, but you told me you took an L, and I'm like, how did that make you feel?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to capacitate back on that.
Yeah.
But in general, you're gonna take L's, and like going back to what you were saying, the reason why a lot of 99% people don't make it, because you're always gonna make it, but it's really one thing behind it, is just not giving up.
Not giving up.
Like you could, like there's a lot of people that do this, but it's like it could be year one. You're not gonna make it in year one. It could be year 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's just not it could be that last year, and you could just give up right before getting to that shine. Like you just cannot give up.
That's a fact. You gotta eat that dirt. You gotta take those L's like to the chest, to the face, and hold it. And embrace those L's. It's not about taking the L's and like looking away. All right, so how do I get the? No, you gotta embrace the shit out them L's and really go through like all the way full throttle.
Lessons.
It's a lonely ass road too, bro. Cause like you said, all the distractions, all the stuff that you need, you're your own boss. You don't have time to hang around. You have to make sure something is happening about your mission, about what you accomplishing and what you're trying to do every single day. Or every single day. I'm not changing.
100%. It's just like, for example, like exactly everything they saying is, and what he's saying is 1,000% true. Like it's really just a sacrifice. Like me, like I sometimes like, and it's something called Fomo, which is a fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that's really a lot of things that we all have. Because I used to really like just sometimes like I really sacrifice just having fun. Well, having fun and just staying in the crib, just studying, working on whatever I'm doing, and you know everybody's outside having fun, enjoying themselves. But you gotta understand, we all young. When you start early, you get to take that break later on in life, and not the other way around.
That's a fact. Work in your 20s, you live like a king in your 30s.
I never thought of that this week too.
Yeah, people got it all mixed up. Like they think it's the we're young,
Yeah.
have your fun now.
Like you have
What?
that time.
I'm working every day, and I am having fun every step on the way ahead of it too. Cause I love what I do. Like on this entrepreneurship, like you said, I'm into fitness. Like Sinatra Fitness, that's my thing. So every day that I work towards that, I'm good. I'm having fun, enjoying myself, and I'm working towards that. I feel like I'm gonna be the living proof of what an entrepreneur is, cause I deadass took the leap of faith, and I remember sitting down and just telling myself, I really like working out. I love being in the gym. I'm gonna find a way to make money off this. And like, now that I found a way to make money, I'm just trying to find a way to, so that gyms pay me. I'm not trying to go to gyms anymore. I want gyms to pay me to come to their gym, or gyms for me to want to buy their gym, so that I could know how to manage that. It's a whole aspect. It's not just training. It's not just working out. It's business. It's everything. I need to know the total aspect of this whole shit. And I'm just in and out every day trying to learn, working, and like you said, dub all that club shit, dub everything that hanging out, all of that. Like, I enjoy myself, and this is something you know what? I want to say this, because it's not just work. I enjoy myself. Something that I like to live by is, I just don't like to do anything that's relaxing, or I guess for personal enjoyment, until I have accomplished certain tasks throughout my day.
Yeah, I say that all the time, bro. Like you gotta be active throughout your day, like working towards the things you want to get you to where you want to be in life, and you can't do that without sacrificing all those other things.
Exactly. It's 24 hours in the day, so please, no excuses. I hate when people tell me I don't got time, I don't got this. Yo, I wake up. I personally wake up at 8 in the morning every day, and right then and there, since I'm a trader, feel me, it's a certain session that I trade. So at that time, I'm getting ready, looking at the market, seeing what type of opportunities I got to make money. Like that's already in my head, going to sleep, and then from there I hit the gym. Mind you, I get out the gym, it's already 10 o'clock. I got mad time already to just do mad stuff.
That's a fact. And I don't like when people complain, because like you said, you got 24 hours. I got that same 24 hours to try to do something
that's
like
a fact,
We
bro.
all got the same 24 hours.
And at the end of the day, it's all about who wants it more, bro. Who's willing to work harder, bro. You feel me? So it's like you can't be giving yourself excuses. You're the only one holding yourself back.
Facts.
You feel me? No matter how hard life is.
Because if you're not putting your value to whatever craft you in, you're not going to be doing that every day. You're not going to be consistently working on it. You have to value the shit out of that. It has to be more valuable than going to a party, than meeting this girl, than going out with this nigga. Like, it has to be the most valuable thing on your list.
And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's more specifically towards the youth, bro.
Yeah.
The youth is prioritizing all that other shit instead of working on their own dreams, bro.
Really,
and you know what excuse I fucking hate? The 9 to 5. Like, I don't have time because I work 40 hours a week. So does like half of a fucking America, bro. And you literally could work right after that. But what do?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm so tired. Work took out all of my energy, so I go home and watch Netflix.
And then go to sleep, you're already tired, like...
Oh!
Bro, and it's like, that exact same time that you use for Netflix, you could have used to get you to where you want to be.
Yo, I kid you
not.
Like,
bro.
I kid you not. I don't even watch TV. Like, I'm talking about... I'm thinking
about... We don't need them, bro.
Like, it's so real. Like, I'm sitting in my room the other day, and I'm like, yo, should I sell my TV? But then I'm like, nah, chill. My girl won't come through. And I'm not gonna watch. But I sold my P4. Like, it's been so real. Like, when I really started this entrepreneurship, like I said, it's a process. So when y'all first get started, it's gonna be an obstacle. Like, y'all not gonna be fully focused, but y'all gotta really understand and say, I bet, like, this is what's stopping me, cut that off quick, ASAP. And that's what I did.
And you gotta identify those. That's important. Identify what is getting in your way. Even if it's something that you go out your way to do. Exactly. Like, if you like to do this thing, you have to identify that that's taking away time from your craft too. Even if you love it.
Nah, yeah, for sure. And it's funny that you said that, because literally I just recently bought the P4, you feel me? And it's literally been sitting there already for like a month. You feel me? Even probably longer than that. You feel me?
You
and it's like, and literally, I look back and I'm just like, word, like, why the fuck did I buy this shit?
So
like,
if anybody wants a PS4,
you feel me? So it's like, then I was looking back to exactly to what he said, bro. Like, anything that's not working towards my dream is a waste of time. So I don't give a fuck what you want me to do if it's not working on music or something that's literally gonna benefit us both for the better and make us grow, bro, I don't want it.
That's a Fendi fight. That's and exactly what he said is 100%. And going back to what he said, especially, it's like what I always say when it comes to this is like your why has to be strong. Like, why are you doing this? Like, there has to be a reason behind this, whether that's helping your family, your mother, or whether it's just for you getting to the next level of life.
Yeah, you need purpose. You need purpose. If you don't have a purpose in what you're doing and your craft, you're gonna fail. Straight up. I don't even think I have to add anything to that.
100%.
You have to have purpose behind that. The reason I'm doing this is so I can have this impact. For example, the reason I'm doing fitness is just so I can impact everybody in a healthy, positive way and touch as much people as I can with health and promote health more than anything. Because people like drinking magic juices that'll make you lose weight, wrapping their stomachs and like and some crazy shit, and all of those things are not good for you. That is not good for you, y'all. I don't promote anything that's not natural. Like
he studies what he does, because he know what he talking about.
Hell yeah. But yo, speaking on, I wanted to talk about how to start entrepreneurship, because I feel like a lot of people want to get into it, but they just don't know how to go about it. And I feel like something that I did personally, really throughout my whole life, was just I started selling small things. Like I started seeing what can I get, what can I buy, and like just try to sell and see if I could maintain profit, how well and how far can I go with that.
Definitely.
Brian knows I used to sell like candy in my school and shit. I used to sell like Snickers and all of that. I was the candy man. And I ended up I only made like $10 profit, I think, a day maybe. But with that alone, like I slowly just felt like I felt so, like you said, I felt so amazing, because at 15, I think I was 15 years old, I noticed I'm my own boss. Like when I was selling candy and I was pulling out the racks and it was like, yo, you got change? And I was like, yeah, I do. Like everybody's watching me. I'm just 15-year-old, like flexing these like probably like $80, but it was like, yo, I felt so because $80 was a lot.
Back then.
You feel? That's what I'm saying. So I was
15 years, yo.
I'm like, yo, I was feeling good. I was like, yo, I'm my own boss. Like I'm holding $80, and I turned this into $80 from $20, because the box of candy costs $20, and I'm like, yo, this is amazing. And that's that alone, like that is what opened my mind to entrepreneurship, or even got me into it. That's how I slowly started. And I don't know, I love that shit. I always kept going. I went on to sell on the train as well. I was, you know how they had some spots where sodas was like $2 for $1, the cans? I used to just bring those too. Go in the locker rooms after gym sessions. Like, I got Kool-Aid pouches, I got spray, I got...
That's what you gotta do. In reality, it's really all about the value you give out. So what he was doing is just giving out value. If you know you could get a soda for $1, you really gotta think outside the box. Like, all right, I'm gonna sell 2 for $1. They definitely gonna buy it.
And don't think about the money. I was thinking about the money, but the experience is what made me feel so good, and feeling like me accomplishing that and making that own income without having to sign any papers or work on somebody else's vision. I was working for myself, and that was felt so good. So it wasn't really that I made the money. It was just like, wow, I did this on my own. Like, on what other level can I do this? And that's how I started thinking.
And I feel like that's the most important part to entrepreneurship. And how he said, is you becoming your own boss and not working for nobody else.
Facts.
You feel me? Because now you're like, yo, I have the means to not have to speak to anyone, and I'm making my own income on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing right there. You
don't
feel
report to nobody. If something happens and you need to go, all right, I can't sell candy no more. I gotta go home. That's it, and that's how simple it is. That's the beauty of it, like, really though.
But it all goes back to the same thing. Are you willing to sacrifice it for that lifestyle? Like, and there's really levels. Like how I say, like what you were saying. When I started, I guess like my first little bit of entrepreneurship, I guess I was like reselling sneakers with my friends or whatever. Like my friends.
That's way big.
My friends used to resell sneakers, so I used to do it too. We was all friends, when you at this age, you tend to do whatever the crew is doing. So, my friends used to sell weed, but that wasn't really my lane. I didn't really like that. So I was like, you know what, let's do this sneaker stuff. So we started doing it, whatever, and it, like he said, it felt good. Like just the fact that I could buy a sneaker for retail, which is $180, for example, and then flip it for $500 and then keep the profit, like, boy, that feel good. But then after a while, like, that's how you start, you know, that's why it takes time. Like, you're gonna go through a lot of things, and then you're gonna notice, like, all right, this is not for me. Let me move on to the next thing. And that's, you gotta try new things. That's all it's about.
That's a big fact. But yeah, if you starting up, I would try to start something small as that. Like just trying to sell something. What are you into? What can you sell? What do you know that makes money? What do you know a lot about that you can convince people to buy? So anything like that, I will start really, really, really small. And again, not worry about profits. Just focusing on that experience, learning how to maintain that money, and that's it.
Bro, another amazing part to that is the branding behind it. Like entrepreneurship literally teaches you how to sell a picture, a vision to someone, you feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
And literally, you was the candy man, you feel me? You portray like, I got candy, you feel me? Like if you need that, I got it, you feel me? And then from there, you learned how to come up and use that in different techniques, like moving up to different things, you feel me?
Yeah, that taught me a lot. Just how to sell in general. I was learning how to sell, like, again, I went on to sell on the trains, and then I also started selling Nemos, like in the summer, nutties, like
nutties,
so like even that too, like when selling that, I'm like, and it became natural too. It wasn't something that I was trying so hard to think about, like, oh, I need to sell something. It was more like, what can I sell? Like I was thinking, like, I could probably make easy money this summer. Like I know everybody likes drinking. It's gonna be hot. These cold ass drinks. It actually started with me going to a party and seeing somebody else sell that, and I'm like,
that's really how.
So we over here having fun and cashing it, and making money, like and that inspired me. So I started doing it myself. I looked up how to do it, liquors, I definitely failed. You know I failed. I missed some money along the way. But overall, I do not regret 1 second of that shit. Because it taught me a lot. And I'm going to do it again this summer. Exactly. With that being said, y'all got the Nemos on deck now. Now I will have the Nemos though. I'm going to do it again this summer. So
that's lit.
Yeah.
I might even cut myself. Shit.
So I'm not mad at like I said, I didn't make great money. You invested in me. I appreciate that. But now with the experience I had last year, that profit is gonna come because I'm mentally here. I got that experience. I know what not to do. And I did make profit towards the end. It was very minimal, but it taught me a lot. And now, watch the summer. Watch how I move.
For real.
Experience is everything.
Nah, it really is. And I feel like sometimes, especially with entrepreneurship, people hold themselves back and they're afraid of failure.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest part to it. People don't embrace failure. You feel me? They be like, yo, I lost $50, $100, and $150 investment. Like that's it. It's like I'm not doing this shit. Like
that's
why would I keep on going?
Yeah. You see how I just embraced losing so that I could come back around this time and
even much more stronger.
Yeah.
It's all about the lessons. After you take them L's is not losses. Them L's is lessons.
Facts.
Tell me about it. I took a lot of them lessons. Not L's.
Yes. I like that. I took a lot of them lessons. I like that.
But what I was gonna say too, like I feel like it's also about like what he was saying, like how he got inspired about that dude selling in the party. It's really about that one person that you meet, and that's really why also I do this like Forex thing and whatever, because I really want to like give out a value and show to people like, yo, like, cause you know we from New York and you know this is the Big Apple. Like everybody looks down on us. Everybody thinks it's impossible to make it out without school or a 9 to 5. So it's like if we do it, then it's like I'm already motivating somebody else. Yeah. Like somebody else. It don't matter even if it could be one person, but I'm motivating one person to be like, yo, this kid's doing something dope. Like this nigga not working. He doing this,
and
that.
It's
like
different. He took his own lane.
Exactly, and it's like. That's like, yo, that's one thing. You really gotta stay in your lane for real, cause
that's kind of actually.
And by staying in your lane, I want to correct. That means just staying true to yourself.
Exactly.
Not staying in your lane like stagnant and not trying new things.
Facts.
But just being true to yourself.
True to yourself, and also what I meant is just like doing your own thing, as in trying new things. Like for example, what I mean, cause all my friends, like, well, yeah, they my friends. I'm not gonna say they're not friends. I just don't really hang with them a lot. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like all the guys I used to hang around with, like all I seen was they all did the same thing. Either they scammers, or they doing this, or they selling drugs, or this and the third. So it's like you really gotta think about like, damn, am I gonna do the same, or am I just gonna be different and find my own way out to make my own type of money, my own authentic money, like myself.
And starting from the bottom with early wisdom, I feel like that was our foundation as well. Like we wasn't on some shit where we just was trying to build a vision and just keep it going. We started with, as long as we're inspiring at least one soul, we already breaking that barrier.
That was
you feel
our
me?
biggest things. It's like trying to motivate somebody to get the fuck out of the mindset of like, I gotta do school and work and I'm forced to take this route, and to rather being like motivated, like you said, motivating somebody to be like, nah, I don't want to do this and I believe in myself. And I'm gonna take that leap of faith and I'm gonna take that risk. That's what entrepreneurship is all about.
And just
that risk. Like literally just telling yourself at first, like, I'm gonna take this risk. And of course it's more than that, but that is the biggest step. Like that's it right there.
And something that connects it all, I feel, is like the quick success. You feel me? Just like any other field, you feel me? Whether it's social media, music, whatever it is, people expect quick views. People expect that big crowd to follow them and be like, oh, yo, you're doing the next big thing, you feel me? And it's like, yo, you gonna fail, bro. And there's gonna be times where like you have this whole brand, bro, and that shit gonna hit rock bottom, nigga. But it's up to you to be like, yo, this shit is still popping and I'ma still make it work, you feel me?
Positivity, that's really all I promote. Like in reality, throughout your whole process, you really gotta stay positive, 1000%, because there's gonna be a lot of negativity going your way. You just gotta know how to just keep your mind. And I feel like most of it is really the mindset. Like if you know how to control your mind, like I feel like you could do anything personally.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that takes discipline though. The mind, you gotta discipline your mind. It takes training.
It takes time. I'm not gonna say it's an overnight shit. But
getting back to what you said with that overnight success, what you did with your friends was you saw that all they did was try to live that fast lifestyle. Where it's like, oh, this shit is lit. I'm living good, but it's all temporary. You didn't see comfort in that, did you? Like, I know you didn't see that and be like, yo, I could probably settle down, live great with that. Like, no, you can't. Bro. You can't.
And you know what it is? It's like I said, everything happens for a reason. So I feel like your life, I feel like God just puts you in a life and like these obstacles happen and you just gotta be aware of everything. Cause like, I'm gonna be honest, I did get into that fast money lane, and then honestly I got in trouble myself with the law. So then from there it's like I had two choices. Either I got freed out, so I could either keep it going and just like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna just keep doing it, I'm gonna just work smarter. That's what some people told me, like, nah, bro, you just gotta work smarter. Or I could just cut it out. Like that was just a sign for me, like, yo, bro, that's not for you. Do something the fuck else, like that's it.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't take that route too, bro. Glad you, for sure. For all you know, you would have probably not been right here. So I'm glad you chose the route you did, yo.
And I feel like a lot of people become stagnant to that. You feel me? Like they be like, oh, it's easy, quick money, but it's like, yo, you could be out here winning more than you are right now, and you rather settle for this little amount of money just because temporarily you living well. Like, bro, I don't know. To me, I just find that shit crazy, bro. Like, I could not sit here and, like, I got nothing against people working on 9 to 5s. You feel me?
Sure.
All respect.
But
you feel me? A lot of people settle into that and they be like, yo, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to work this 9 to 5 and I'm good with that. You feel me? But it's like, yo, if you could get yourself to invest into something that's going to get you $100 grand and even taking the money out of it, like, something that's gonna get you to a place that's gonna be way better for you, why wouldn't you chase that?
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
And it's like, it's true, like it's, and it has to do with whatever you're doing, cause I really like, I don't know, I just hate that little thing, like people just wanna like just settle. Like me personally, like I said, I'm positive. I already know I'm gonna be successful. I don't know when, but I already know it's coming.
And that's the mindset.
I already know it's coming, so it's like, when I just think about it, I'm like, damn, like, why am I the only nigga in my family like this? Like, I really try to uplift my family. Like, I was really sitting down the other day, I'm talking to my aunt, and she does hair, like, she does hair with, you know, salon or whatever. But it's like, she's sad, like, she be in her bag, because it's like, every place that she goes, it's a lot of enviness, jealousy, and they, you know, always kick her out, because they see that the clients is going to her and not to the other places, so she's making the most money. So what I told her, like, yo, what you gotta do is, like, it don't matter how old you is, no matter what age you are, like, you can, like, really step it up. I'm telling her, like, look, like, what you gotta do, grab a camera, every time you do hair, record yourself, make a social media brand, like, just be your own boss, like, start doing something, start doing appointments, start going to people, like, you really gotta get up. If you nice in makeup, like, girls, males, anything, if you good at anything, start with what you got. Like these fellas right here, big shout out to them. Like like we really in a bedroom right now, like, you know, like we really recording this podcast, and we just doing what we like doing, just spreading out the knowledge. And like that's what I tell everybody, I remember I used to sit down with my girl all the time, and I'd be like, babe, like you really good at makeup, like you should really do this. And she's like, I gotta wait to get money so I could buy a table, buy a camera, buy this. I'm like, bro, yo,
you don't
have
need all of that.
I'm like, yo, you have an iPhone and you have makeup, right? And then you have a table. Or we could just get you a little light, we could invest in that. But from there, you start with what you got, and then you move to the next step. Feel me?
Yeah, it's that, and it's because you know why. And I'm not here to judge, bro. But she's just afraid of losing. She's afraid of failing.
Exactly.
She's afraid of uploading something and it's like 0 views, 0 likes. That's what she's afraid of, really though. And that's what it is. And it sucks because that's not what you should be paying attention to. Like I said, and it goes all the way back around. It's the experience.
Exactly.
The experience is getting there. That's what's gonna teach you just the life lessons and the grind and teach you that entrepreneurial mindset. Because you have to lose. You cannot win. You're not gonna learn anything from winning. You're not.
And it's funny because just because you said that, I remember before I even started this, we both started the podcast thing. Like I told him like, yo, bro, I don't have a camera. Like, you feel me? And he's like, yo, and he was dead ass like, nigga, fuck all that. Pull out the phone. You feel me? And he just started like, yo, let's run a little trial and error. You feel me? And he's like, and even when we ran the trial and error, like he told me about that. Like, bro, what would you do if you found yourself in that circumstance where you got 0 views? You feel me? Or like, you feel me? No likes, like you just gonna quit. You feel me? And literally, that's where the mindset comes in. You feel me?
Exactly. You just gotta do what you gotta do. It don't really matter what position you in. You can get started. You can even get started right now. Like, it really don't matter. Like,
everybody has that mindset of like, it's too late. I'm 32. I got a kid. Like, yo, you're just here. You're here.
Yeah.
It is not too late. You have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. Use those all day, every day, and dedicate it to something.
The more hours you put in, like he said, 24 hours. If you working a 9 to 5 and you get out at 5 o'clock, and all right, whatever, you could take a little hour break, 2 hours, like take a break, relax, eat, do whatever you gotta do, let your mind rest from work. But from 7 and on, you got all that time to just say if you working from 7 to, I don't know, 10
to 10.
7 to 10, that's 3 hours. 3 hours every day. Come on now, you ahead of the game.
Yeah, and I already know the excuses coming. Oh, well, it takes me 2 hours to get home, so do something on the train. Do something on the train. Prepare the night before so that you can do something on the train. You can always do something, always, especially with this device. Like, we have cell phones. It's not hard to just write things down and plan things through strategically and make a plan. You can always do that. So I just know that excuse was gonna come somewhere. So because that's real life.
It's always.
And the most important part of that is even like later on making the investment. Like when you do have the means of the income, you feel me? Like, don't be like, what if I get it, but then what if I lose? You feel me? Like, what if I get that camera, but then I don't get the
and then I bought this camera for no reason.
And it's like, yo, like you really gonna sit there and quit, bro? Like, cause shit didn't work out in the first week, like.
Yeah.
And you really gotta do that. Like, you gotta invest your money into whatever you're doing. Like me, I used to be just how you said. Like before, I would have like a stash, a couple racks saved up. And I'll be like, damn, like I'm thinking back to when I was broke. I'm like, damn, I don't want to be like this. Like, I gotta hold on to this money. Listen, you holding on to your money is not bringing your money back. You gotta invest that into whatever you're doing so that ROI, return on investment, can be better. So
it takes money to make money.
Exactly. You just gotta invest. Like, I used to have 2,000. Fuck it, I'm gonna learn something that I need to learn. Waste that money. Fuck it. We got a 9 to 5 for a reason. Yeah. We can make it back. It's not the issue is not the money, because we could easily get a job and make that money right back. It's all about the focus you have outside of your job to, grow your business.
Exactly. And even me, like with this music shit, bro, I spent 2 racks on this shit. You feel me? So it's like, bro, I wasn't gonna sit there and be like, yo, I didn't get that quick success off music in the first month. Exactly. Why the fuck did I just spend $2,000 on this shit? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? You gotta keep on going.
And I hate when people are like, yo, they just do that. And one more thing I also had in mind is really about like mentors and about people like y'all learn from. Like, don't be afraid to learn from other people. Like,
Oh,
I feel like
I
feel like
reach out.
exactly.
People,
I feel like people would be scared. Like, I'm saying this because like everything I say is because I went through. Like, I feel like me before. I just used to want to just do everything by myself. Like, I was just that kid. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself. No hands out, no nothing. But in reality, like, we do need some help. Like, it's cool with, you know, learning from somebody else that you see, and like that everybody else doesn't find that amusing because everybody else is focused on something else. You feel me? So you just gotta be outside the box.
Yo, and before we wrap it up, because we gotta go, I just wanted to say, back to that overnight success thing. I want to give advice to people that live a fast life and basically want that quick success, like quick results.
Yes, sir.
The advice I want to give is just choose the hard way out. Do not choose that easy way out where it's like you're gonna receive this for now, you're temporarily gonna be good. Choose the hard way out because that'll lead for a better life overall long term. If you choose the easy way out, you're gonna have to keep choosing easy way outs. You're not gonna be found with a long-term fix. You're not gonna have a solution. Easy way outs, they usually never work out.
And just like you said, eat shit in your 20s, celebrate in your 30s. You feel me?
30s, yeah.
Like, you gotta eat shit for a certain amount of time, but best believe if you working hard, you putting that time in, and you making that investment, it's all gonna come back to you later on. You feel me?
Oh yeah, and just to give y'all perspective on that, like I don't know if y'all know about this rapper Logic, but he was literally rapping for 9 to 10 years before he even got, what was it, like 30K views on a song.
Yes.
Literally, I remember that because I was a fan. I remember that happening. I'm like, yo, you put 10 years into your life into music, and now in your 30s, now in his 30s, he's starting to see that come back.
Yeah.
So understand that it's gonna take time. You're gonna lose. You're gonna move. Like, you're gonna just go through crazy stuff, but keep that light and make sure you hold on to your purpose, because that's what's gonna drive you and also keep you sane and happy.
And added on a little to what he said too, it's just also a vision. Like, you really gotta just overall, whatever you're doing, create a vision of what you want out of it, and just always have that vision whenever you're doing anything. Cause that's be me. Sometimes I want to give up, and then I just think like, yo, but like, it's that vision. We gotta get to that point. Can't give up. So, feel me?
I felt that.
Thanks. Yo, my
Keep
boy,
going.
a pleasure.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you coming on the
All
show,
love,
My
bro.
boy, you already know.
You know the vibes.
Everything's gonna be down below.
Pay attention.